Hi everybody, welcome to my channel today. Love you guys. Thanks for coming on over. I'm going to work on my mini glue book today for May 2021, doing one a month this year. I put a cover on it with one of the printed papers that I had. This was a photocopy of just a masterboard that I had made. And I'll probably have to put something on the spine there too, just to reinforce it a little better. But I've done a lot of pages in this and just using up some stuff I found in this one binder that was neglected, forgotten, and left in the bottom of my closet. I did film this page, but for whatever reason, it didn't quite work out. I think there was a settings issue. I think I fixed it. So anyway, I'm going to film what I'm going to put on the other page. Using a few tools here, my Elmer's extra strength glue stick and some double-sided tape. It's just a 1/4 inch size. Got my phone book for gluing into or on, and I'm gonna get started here with some scraps that I have. And did I say I love you guys? Because I love you guys. Thanks again for being here. And I brought a couple pens and pencils out just in case I need it. Different kinds of scissors. You've got your kinds of scissors too, I'm sure. But yeah, I've got my stickers and my words, and I have these die cuts and various other things that were in that binder that was left unloved for such a long time. And then these long stickers too. And I did manage to use up some of the hockey and the football stickers, so I'll show those to you in the flip through. And some strips, and yeah, lots of different kinds of strips there. This journal is little, so it's not going to take up a lot of my stuff. And then this file that's just got lots of different things in it. Things that I wanted to use up. So I'm going to get started on this, and I've decided to grab some of the strips of different colors and patterns and put those together and see what I can make with that. I like that blue. That's actually that was a printable that turned out really good. Used up a ton of ink in my printer, but it really was beautiful. And I actually made a book covered with that at one point. Let's see what else. So I'm just going to measure these out and there's a couple different ways I could have done this. I could have just glued them all down and then cut along the bottom, but I decided to just trim them up first, that I don't have to have all of that excess to work around while I'm gluing. So that was just my thought on that. And as I'm working on this, we're having a bit of a hailstorm behind me, so that's kind of why I'm dubbing this over, because it got kind of loud. So had some thunder and lightning. It was pretty exciting. So yeah, just going to trim off all of these bottoms just to get it ready for gluing. And I've had these papers around for a while now. And that's kind of what we do. We save things and we set them aside, and every now and then we go through a clean out and we find things that were those things that we set aside. And that's what this stuff is. This is stuff that got set aside, and I didn't use it. So, and what are these? Made from scratch? Oh, those little ends. That made from scratch thing might be a nice thing to put on a page of some sort. So I'm just going to glue the whole page with my Elmer's extra strength glue stick. And there's lots of different adhesives out there that you could use. Oohoo's a good one. Scotch Brand has a good one. Yeah, you'll see different people using different kinds of glues, and honestly, there's so many good ones out there. So pick the one that you like the best. This is just one that I had found. It's a step up from the purple school glue, and it is a permanent And it does a pretty good job. Some of the thicker things, though, it doesn't quite get, double-sided tape works better. So that's why I have that as a backup, double-sided tape. So I like these colors together and the patterns that they kind of just, you know, how you mix and match things to find something that, I don't know, something about it. You know, I wish I knew a little more about why things I like go together. And I wish I knew more. I don't know much about color theory or design or anything like that, but you know what you like, right? And then you put those things together. So yeah, I could have left that edge on there because the page is actually a little narrower than the rest of the pages in the book. But I did trim it off, and I ended up putting it right here. Right? Nicely done. And it gives another, it's a narrower strip. So I have all kinds of widths on this page. It's fun. So, and obviously, and that's the back end, the far right strip is the opposite of the pink strip. So that's kind of a fun little thing there too. So I put that on there. And I made sure that was secure, and it wasn't quite on the top. So I make sure that I get that really good. I pull it off again and do that method, the thumb method, and then press it down really well. And now I got to think about what I'm going to put else on here. I really like the strips on there, and I could just leave it as is and call it good. But, you know, I can't leave well enough alone. I've got too many things out here in front of me to use. So I liked these items. I wanted to use these a little bit, and then digging through the stickers a little more. I've got so many of those quote stickers. Those are from my mother's stash of scrapbook supplies, and when she passed away, I got all of her things too. Of course, we used to scrapbook together. That was something that we enjoyed, and that was a really good way for both of us for her to tell stories, and for me to get that history too. So, yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I do have all of her stickers and her papers and things from when she passed away, and she's been gone for about 6 years now. So I still have some of her items. So these are the things I pulled out to use for this page as I sort of coordinate. And again, it's what we want, what we like. We don't have to go by any certain rules. You know, you can't be too self-conscious, or you just get stuck creatively. So let's just see what we like and just go with it, right? Okay. I have all these things coming out, and you're probably looking at this and going, oh, that looks nice, or that doesn't look nice, which is fine. I like that, you know, when I watch someone's video, I also have my opinions on how things, you know, would look better or not look better. And then usually what they come up with is really nice. So I don't, if they choose what they choose, I'm not going to complain, obviously. So you might have in your mind, well, why don't you choose that other thing? And that's fine. That's great. In fact, you are finding your own creative expression that way by watching my videos and coming up with your opinions, even on what I have. Or you would say, well, I'd rather put the blue one on there or something. And that's what you would do. And I'm great. I'm fine with that. So for this is just a little sticker frame, and then I had that cellophane that just happened to pop out with it, and so I've added that as well. Trimmed off the excess, and I like that little floral right there in the corner. It goes really nicely. And then I'll put a saying in there too, right? That would be right. Isn't that what you're thinking? There needs to be some words right there. So I'm looking in my little bin here that I have started to cut apart quite a bit during this. I'm glad I did this a long time ago, cut out all of these sayings, and now that I have them, it's nice to use them up for this project. This little mini book. So, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm using quite a few of them. And sometimes I use the ones that have the right color, and the word doesn't really make a statement so much as it is the right color that matches the page. So, and but it's been fun going through some of these old things. There's been a challenge to them also, though, because there's, like I said in previous videos with this mini book, the focal points on my stickers or my die cuts or my papers, there aren't that many. So I'm having to maybe dig into my other supplies of things to find a focal point. But on this page, the focal point is the framed saying there. You start your day with a smile. And when you do that, the rest of your day, it's like when I worked with children, I worked in an elementary school for many years, and there was a saying that would go around if a child was upset for some reason, or if there was really no reason and they just were grumpy, it'd be like, raise your eyebrows. If you raise your eyebrows, you can't be grumpy. It's just the funniest thing. Or there was another saying that we used in our house. It was change your face. Change your face. If you're grumpy, change your face. And so you think about it and you put a smile on instead. Your whole outlook is different and it's better. So change your face. You say it in a kind way, because they might not realize they're getting grumpy. And it does it. It makes you smile and gives your outlook, makes your outlook better. So I took these hearts that were, the Cricut die cut hearts that I had made ages ago, and I've already used the sticker parts in something else. So I'm using the negative, and I'll probably outline those with something after the rest, everything is glued down. And I've got a few other little pieces left over. I'm not quite sure where I will put those or what I will do with those, just kind of eyeballing things. But that didn't get decided at the moment. And I kind of like these, but I cut them out and I'm just looking at the colors. The colors go, but this pink one's kind of getting lost in there. I took a minute to cut it out nicely. But, it'll be ready for the next thing because I just didn't use it on this. It is pretty though. And it definitely will get used in something else some other day. But there's too much pink. And even with the blue one, I could have used the blue one too, because that would match. So anyway, I decided not to. And that's my prerogative. I can do that. But I knew that there was some blue that I wanted to have in there. So I found these. And then, whoa. I wanted that part. There we go. And that was a pretty cool sticker pack. I don't even remember where I got that or what it was from, but I mean they're hard, they're cardstocky, they're pretty thick paper, and I've had them for such a long time, and I really like them, but I still haven't used them, and I don't know why. So, but it's fun having a framed saying. I think that really just pulls the eye. You've got all the interest going across the page, but your eye really gets pulled down to that pretty flower and the little framed saying there. And I'm thinking here, there's a few things on that little card I still like, but I'm gonna glue things down, I think, right now at this point. I gotta figure out if I'm gonna glue the saying to the cellophane or glue the saying to the page and then put the cellophane over it. I had to decide. I was afraid there was going to be some residue that would shine through. So I ended up, residue from the glue that would shine through. So I decided to put the saying on the page and then fit the frame around it. Yeah. So I barely put it on there so that I could replace it if I needed to. And adjust it somewhat, and then we're good. Get it all nice and set there. And isn't that going to be nice? I like it. I like it. Okay, so finish gluing that down, get it nice and set. Fun. I like it. Pretty. It's turning out nicely. I like it. Okay, and now let's see. Let me think here. I like those little, the leftovers of that frame strip. I think those are pretty cool. So I'm going to snip one of those out there and use it just as another piece of accent on the page. And I love this size of page. I tell you, it's, like I said, though, it doesn't use up a lot of my strips and scraps, but it's just enough to give me a new creative look on something. Let's get that lined up better. There we go. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. All right, this is fun. I'm liking how it's turning out. Just zoomed you in a little bit. Okay, now I would like to get my blue pen. Those are actually my mom's Creative Memories pens, the fine tips, and again, they lay flat and they last forever. She's had those many years before she passed away, and they're still working. And I have my own set too. I just happened to grab this one. But going around these hearts with a fine line did mostly okay until I got to this point. Whoops. And whoops. And that's how it goes. And so I was able to wipe it off a little bit. Mostly you can't see it's there anymore. And I'm going to get a wet wipe though, just to see if I can get a little more of that ink off of the sticker there. Did it work? Well, it's okay. It didn't ruin it, so I'm happy. I'm okay with it. So let me finish bordering the inside of this heart sticker just to make it pop a little bit. Just one more layer of interest with it. Let's see if I can smudge the other ones to make it look like the middle one. But it didn't quite work. Anyway, it's fine as is. No worries. No worries. We're not going to get all bent out of shape about it. I'm glad I got to use that cellophane thing in the frame. I really like this, all of it coming together. It looks good. I like it. All right, you guys. What else? Does it need anything else? Making sure that the edges are nice and firm and glued down well. I have an idea, okay? So I'm going to do a stamping thing. I've got this one set of stamps that are from Bo Bunny, and they are the Stitches stamps, and I bought those at a Tuesday morning, and I've seen Susanna Rose Art. She does some mixed media pages, and she's got some Stitches stickers or Stitches stamps, and she uses them quite frequently. I'm going to pull out my Distress Oxide Faded Denim for this, my Ranger's Tim Holtz, and I'm going to take one of these Stitches stamp things here, just the one on the end. I want to use one of these. I got 1, 2, 3, 5 different kinds to use on that. It's really kind of a cool stamp, and I wish I would have put it closer to the edge of my block, or not even used the block, and I'll show you why in a minute. But I'm going to border it with this stamp, and we'll see how it turns out. You know, I have an idea in my head, and so we'll see if this idea turns out to be, you know, the outcome. So I put a piece of paper there just to protect what's underneath, because I'm going to go over the page, because the stamp is obviously longer than the page. So giving it a good little smush there with the stamp, and I'm going to just do some pressing down. Now, the problem with this idea is the center bind. As you can see on the left side of the page, it's not even getting close to the bind. So I should have really pushed it closer to the edge of the stamping block, and then I could have gotten closer. So that is my mistake. I wish I would have thought of that beforehand. And I did smudge it a little bit. And it gives it a little bit of something. It's a something. And then I need to wipe that off so it doesn't get on the page. So yeah, putting it closer to the edge, because the So just, for your future reference, make sure it's close enough to the edge. I realize, like my grandma used to say, too soon old, too late smart. And yeah, that's okay. And we live and we learn, right? We try things to see if they're going to work. And then, sorry about that glare too. Overhead lighting today. But I can hear the rain has stopped. The hailstorm stopped. And I like to put things away pretty soon as I use them. But I like how it's turned out for the most part. And this stamp set is actually pretty fun. You can use it in a lot of different ways. Those flowers are really pretty. I've used that in my Bible journaling with watercolor pens. Just watercolor pen all over the flower and stamp it down, and it gives a really cool effect. And it doesn't bleed through my Bible pages. All right, you guys. I think that's all I'm going to do on this page today. Yeah, I like how it turned out. I used up some strips, some stickers, that frame, that I like how the flower leaves kind of coordinate with that center strip of paper. So yeah, it's got some nice character. All right, you guys, I love you. Thanks again for coming on over today. I hope you're having a really great day and that you enjoyed your watching this. And I love you guys. Start your day with a smile. We'll see you next time, and God bless. Bye-bye.